sports federations, as well as procuring equipment, supporting track meets, enhancing athlete welfare, and supporting technical training. In the last financial year, the Sports Development Foundation constructed and fenced 8 multipurpose, developed 4 fields, 1 pool, installed lights, and donated hurdles and lawn mowers. Among the beneficiaries were Anota Bay High School in St. Mary, Crystal House, Greater Portmore High in St. Catherine, Belfield High in Manchester, Rosseed Primary in Kingston, Rousseau Primary in Kingston, and Halfway Tree Primary in St. Andrew. In this financial year, the SDF has allocated 247 million for infrastructure development across the island, and this includes Port Royal. Mr. Paul Webb. Our new running track at the National Stadium in the colors of our Jamaican flag is the most beautiful in the world. We had planned to replace the track during the build-out phase of the National Stadium redevelopment project. However, in light of concerns about the health, safety, and performance levels of our athletes competing on the track, we had to respond in time for boys and girls champs. I'm pleased to say that the work was completed on time and within the government's budget of 350,000 US dollars. In the last financial year, my ministry accepted a proposal from United Kingdom firms Ryder Architecture and CAA Icon for the redevelopment of the National Stadium. And a feasibility study is actually on the way. We are still on track to break ground for the National Stadium redevelopment project before August this year. We also completed the installation of new floodlights at the National Stadium, and we recently replaced the lights at Sabina Park. The new lighting at Sabina Park will enable the return of night cricket in Jamaica. And in July this year, Australia will be here to play, and we will be able to go and enjoy cricket day and night. The new lights, along with the new display boards, which are being installed as we speak. I want to indicate here that through our bilateral agreement with the government of India, we will have new scoreboards mounted at Sabina Park. And those boards were specially designed for Jamaica. In furtherance of our goal, we welcome the new International League Grand Slam track to Jamaica earlier this year. We believe that Grand Slam track will prove to be a game changer for the sport, and we were proud that our national stadium in Kingston was the first ever venue for Grand Slam track. We anticipate a long and beneficial relationship with the league, its commissioner, the Olympian Michael Johnson, and his team. Madam Speaker, today I announce the finalization and signing of an MOU between the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport and the Ministry of Sport and the Olympic and Paralympic Games of the French Republic, which enables a partnership between the Faculty of Sports at the University of the West Indies, Mona, and the Center of Resources, Expertise, and Performances in Sports in Guadeloupe. The objective of the MOU is to promote sports, education, and science in sports, and encourage cooperation in Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment, and Sport, and I quote, organizing big international sporting events. We also acknowledge with gratitude the completion of the Jamaica Technical Assistance in Sport Corporation project under the 3-year agreement with the People's Republic of China. Under that agreement, more than 400 Jamaican athletes received training at specialized facilities in 7 sports disciplines in China. And we want to thank the government of China for this partnership and look forward to the continued improvement in the performance of our Jamaican athletes who benefited from this initiative. Now, Madam Speaker, I'm going to use the opportunity to speak to a matter that has been forefront in the news. A matter that has struck a chord, not only in the world of sports, but across the national psyche. The decision by a few of our athletes to switch national allegiance, with some now opting to represent countries like Turkey in international competitions in the upcoming Olympic Games in 2028. This, understandably, Madam Speaker, has caused concern and emotional responses from a public who, for decades, have rallied behind our champions draped in the black, green, and gold. Yet, Madam Speaker, while this is an emotive issue, it is not without historical context, nor is it without precedent. We must remember the case of Merlene Ottey, one of our most decorated athletes. After years of service to Jamaica, she continued her career by representing Slovenia from 2002 onward. Her move was a personal and professional decision made with dignity and mutual respect. Despite the flag on her uniform, she has remained proudly Jamaican in identity and spirit. We've also witnessed inbound transitions. USA-born Brianna Williams represents Jamaican in athletics. England-born footballers such as Wes Morgan, Joby McAnuff, and Adrian Mariappa have proudly represented Jamaica's Reggae Boys, bolstering our international competitiveness. In netball and basketball.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show on Caribbean Radio HD. Yet another Tuesday evening. We're listening to the Honorable Babsy Grange, Minister of Sports, Culture, Entertainment, and Gender Affairs, giving her presentation in the sectoral debate in the House of Parliament. We want to listen to some more.
Jamaica is not immune to these global shifts.
We want to listen to some more.
Interestingly, there are top athletes whose sponsorship contracts dictate their level of national involvement once they sign. Athletes, like professionals in any field, must weigh their opportunities, resources, and long-term viability. This is not to say we are comfortable losing our talent. Quite the opposite. These developments should serve as a clarion call to strengthen our national athlete support systems, not just at the elite level, but through grassroots and transition programs that secure their careers before, during, and after competition. And we are on that path. A particularly sobering reflection came recently from Asafa Powell, who publicly expressed his reluctance to have his own Jamaican-born children compete for their country of birth. His remarks were not made lightly, but out of an honest critique of perceived neglect and structural limitations. That expression must not be ignored, but examined. And that expression must not be interpreted as a negative for the government. We have also heard voices from the local sporting community expressing frustration that athletes are not treated with the level of respect or support they believe they deserve during and especially after their careers. Johan Blake comes to mind. While the ministry has maintained investment in talent development, the truth is that many of our athletes do not benefit from formal post retirement social security or structured financial transition systems. This is a reality not unique to Jamaica, but one we must all confront. In the midst of the news of some athletes changing their allegiance, however, there are opportunities that can be explored. Immediately after the news of the proposed changing of allegiance, one of our top athletes, Mrs. Shanika Ricketts, has indicated that despite requests from other countries, she's determined to remain a Jamaican athlete. She chose Jamaica. This has provided an opportunity
So,
for a
Babsy,
local company.
we're going to have to listen to Babsy later because I have an interest in the minister speaking, but I don't want to make the show personal. So I'm going to cut off Babsy for now, and I will get back to her presentation. Denise Daly is also on her feet in the parliament as we speak. So, my listeners and my viewers, thanks everybody. Saturday morning was a rough one. We were outside the studio and struggled a little bit with the technology, but we made it through, didn't we? Yes. And it was a critical interview with Philip Paulwell. So those of you who did not see it, I have cut the interview. It is 2 videos on my YouTube channel. So there are 2 videos, one for 17 minutes and one for 30 minutes. That's how long the interview was. We had some internet problems, so a little piece also cut out. But very informative as it relates to how we are going to fix Jamaica's energy problem. How we're going to bring down light bill, and we can do it fast. Philip Paulwell told us that over 300,000 households in Jamaica have electricity but does not pay the bill. You hear that? Over 300 households in Jamaica have electricity but they don't pay the bill. You know who pay the bill? You and I who pay light bill. We are paying 20% of your light bill. 20%. If your light bill is $10,000 every month, 2,000 from that, you not have nothing to do with it. You know, use it. It is not a tax from the government, but it's to pay for those 300,000 households that have electricity but not paying the bill. Now, if we can stop that, then your light bill can go down by 20% right away. So me see a clown. I try clown out my thing. Brother, when we talk and come, we come with what we know, you know. We not talk and then go search if it's true. We do the research first. So that's 20% off of your light bill. Right there, so. And then we are going to use solar to fix the rest. Not because the present government don't have a vision or a plan for renewables in Jamaica. We have a plan, Brother Bailey. Melrose out of Montego Bay. The PNP have a plan to bring in solar energy big time. Since 2016, this government has not had 1 kilowatt to the grid in terms of renewable energy. So when we say we'll cut the light bill by 50%, understand that it's you and us We are going to do this together. So I am saying to my people that the next PNP administration will cut your light bill in two. Yeah? So you hear it right here so first. And we can explain more how we are going to do it. But we give you the platform. You know how many people are using solar right now? A lot of people are using solar. But remember this, Jamaica. Coming out of that interview as well, when Philip Paulwell, led by PJ Patterson, got rid of the contract, the monopoly of telephone company of Jamaica. We had one telephone provider. So those of you who don't remember, let me tell you. Uncle TOJ, owned by Cable and Wireless, had telephone in Jamaica. You used to have to go to a call box. Whole heap of something there that go on. Philip Paulwell decided to change that. And PJ Patterson gave him the latitude. You know what we learned Saturday morning? That license that Cable and Wireless had, was up to 2038. So we would have 13 more years of that license. So it never like the license did that up. Also, I hear the present minister love talk about the present thing where PNP, where the JPS have the present license. When that license was given to JPS, we were begging somebody to take the license. Good afternoon, Colin Bell. I have spent my time and money trying to help Jamaican people to see that corruption is a cancer on the Jamaican people. If they return Andrew Holness to office, that's it for me. Christopher Campbell. Christopher, we have to just do our work. Open their eyes. Give them the information. And then they have to decide. Because there is no if, but, nor maybe that the government is doing anything they can do to woo the people. After 9 years of neglect and nothing, they are throwing everything at the Jamaican people, including the kitchen sink. But I hope the people understand that it will go right back to square one. They did not care about you for the last 9 years. In 2016, you used to pay 20 cents per kilowatt hour. Fluctuate anywhere between 18 cents and 25 cents. We are now paying between 45 cents and 50 cents. Or 40 cents and 50 cents. That is where we ballpark is under this government. The journey started when Philip Paulwell started putting in solar and wind. And if you watch the interview, you would see, I think it's 2 different wind farms and about 3 solar farms that was brought in. And we're getting what? 12 megawatt, 12.1 percentage of our electricity generation is coming from that, from 2016. Right now, it's still at 12.1. So this government has not moved the needle for the last 10 years. But now they're giving you a fish. What this government is doing now is running to everybody and giving them food. Food, my people, is just for a day. Sometimes it's just a meal. You want to learn how to fish for yourself, that you can have food every day. If they were doing so well, they wouldn't have to be running to you now. You hear me? If they were doing so well, they wouldn't have to be running to you now to give you food. Somebody asked, give us the line, create an ocean for we go fish for ourselves. So, that interview, I implore all my listeners and viewers. It is 2 pieces, 17 minutes, and there's a 30 minutes piece. Go to Portland Spice TV at YouTube, my channel. And when you go there, please subscribe, like, and share. But look at those interviews. People are saying that the PNP don't have no plan. Live from the pit of hell. And right here, I am going to settle on the 4 planks that we intend to use to grow this economy. 4 planks. There are others in between. But the 4 planks. Yeah? And one of the things where we have to do is bring down the energy costs. You hear Nigel Clark, my people. Nigel Clark is saying to Jamaica that your energy cost is too high. And he was Minister of Finance for how long? But him take Minister of Finance and left Ghana IMF. Okay, this ain't working, right? This ain't working. They are telling you, hold on now, PNP in power for 18 years and do nothing. Wow. Mr. Evans, you want to challenge me on that? Call me, man. I will take your calls, 804-7072. That's 876-804-7072. If you are in the US, you can call us on 305-654-7944, the Colin Bell Show. Now, I will tell you some of the things that the PNP did in the 18 years. And I want you to come and tell me all of what Andrew Wellness and Bo said they are running on performance. I want to hear it. I want to hear it because, you know, there's something I want to explain to my listeners and viewers. What is happening in Jamaica? And what has happened with this Jamaica Labour Party administration? We have a caller. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Colin. Walk one.
My day year I teach.
Me just kind of a big you up because me love how you teach me because me I want young comrade. Me love how you teach me. You see the man name where you call up on IMS. In the name where you call me Elijah Clark. Elijah Clark. Piano Nigel, Elijah. And you have in Prime Minister named Kanju and Elijah.
Well, you hear him come out now and I tell you the same things and the same people where that cuss Ralston Iman. It's the same thing where Ralston Iman been saying. Him go Brazil now go say the Caribbean have the highest energy cost in the world. We've been saying that long time. And for 9 years,
of course,
nothing they have done to that. These are things that affect your life every day. So running around and I give people one black tongue today and I give them $20,000 can't help the life of the people.
But you have to, because the time so all you have to look at it, them will take it.
No, but if somebody give you $20,000, why you not gonna take it? You know mean you have vote for him? Because me can tell you, say me get $20,000. Me get $20,000. The $20,000 when give the people and we are earn under $3 million. I got my 20 because of my money. So I made a go give to him not take. Me get my own, you know. And the people that work for me, hold on, me have people who work for me. And all of them get, they got theirs. So, but we still understand that it's a squander and it's a waste of money. A party, them party with the rent money. Then give you the rent money if you go drink rum. And then Favour Williams went into the parliament and talked about PNP with a party with the rent money. They have partied with the rent money. And now can't pay. No, they can't pay a civil servant increase.
Wow. I see them here this one program last time to get what the MP name, what's the name? And the people must say the woman come in with the constituency having so much people, the woman are offer only 50 black
Yeah,
50 black tanks.
50 black tank. Those are vulgar behavior.
Yes.
Vulgar.
Oh, if you're not constituent with 25,000 people, but 50 black tanks are used to cover.
Listen,
What you, at that time you that buy up the poor people, and what
all of
that
them,
want.
they are vote buying and disrespect. That's why I continue.
Disrespect to the people, them.
You hear what Bob Marley say? We are
Mm.
so ignorant that every time
Yes,
they
sir.
can reach us through political strategy, they keep us hungry. And when you need to get some food, your brother got to be your enemy. That is what this government is
One
playing.
teacher.
Bless up.
One teacher, me there learn. Me there learn. Bless up yourself. Take some more call, me young.
Yes. One love. 876-804-7072. Or if you're overseas in the United States, 305-654-7944. This is the Colin Bell Show, where the truth is front and center. No propaganda, no misleading information. Just the truth we lay down here. And yes, we're ready to take a challenge and a debate with the PNP's last 18 years or 4 years after that. And there's a question may I ask from where you know. The last term under the PNP, I want the GLP them to come and tell me what were the corruption we had under Sister P management. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Yeah, man. Blessings, Mr. Bell.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, man. You're not hearing an echo or nothing.
No, man. May I hear you loud and clear and clean.
All right. You know, more ask you, Mr. Bell, because me and my brother them all a reason the other day, and you never really have no answer for it still, and he's a man that me normally call and ask two things, and you will provide some reasonable answers. You understand?
Yeah, let me hear what go on.
So why we need in a Jamaica with 14 parish and 3 million people?
You drop out a while ago. Come again.
Yeah, hear me good?
Yeah, but you drop out a while ago. So let's ask the question again.
Yeah. May I say, why we need 63 member of parliament when we have 14 parish and 3 million people?
All right. So I could do the maths. Hold on. I could do the real maths, right? You say we have 3 million people. 3 million.
So them say.
Hold on. Divide by 63. Got two. Them don't know. So when you look at the 3 million people, it would be 47,000 each MP.
Per MP.
Yeah, if you work it out that way then.
Plus member of council, you know.
Yeah, man. So
my question to you, you don't think we need to downsize the government in general? You don't think that is a possibility?
No. I and this is not my opinion. I wouldn't downsize what we have. I wouldn't extend it. I would keep what we have. However, we need to demand more from these people who are working. Because I can tell you, most of them not really perform. I would tell you right now, say, when you put all of the councillors them and the MPs them together, I think it's 220 odd councillors, I think, and 63. So you talk about 300.
And divide that by 3 million now, Colin.
Hold on, you talk about 300 and then you talk about 21 senators. So you talk maybe about 330 of them. Or 320.
Come on, man. For 3 million people, man.
All right, so let me do the maths there and tell you where it work out to.
Come on, man. That's on our way, man.
3 million divided by 320. 9,375. That's still nobody, no?
And before, because I know you got to take more call and thing. What is there any specific allocation to each parish?
All right, let me tell
Because
you.
14 parish we have,
All right, let me tell you how it works out. There's a certain amount of vote. I think when you reach 40,000, your constituency is over the amount. So I think it's some 38 to 40,000 per constituency. I think I saw it cut up. And that's on the voters list. If your voters, but on every voters list have that. You have voters list where have like 20,000 or maybe even less. But that's the maximum. I don't remember what's the minimum. There's also a minimum that a constituency should have.
And is there any possibility in probably the reform that we can start choosing our ministers, choose your MP, and be able to choose the minister? Cause me might choose my MP at Westmoreland, but me not necessarily think says a good education minister, But the prime minister have the luxury to put anybody which part they want to put them. So my overall question is there any plans in the reform with the constitution to look into how we operate as a government?
All right.
Because I don't think we are efficient.
I don't think so either. But hear this. Are we choose MP them right now,
Yeah, but we not choose the minister. So me never choose Flavor for be education minister.
The prime minister have that responsibility. The prime minister is vested with that responsibility to choose your ministers. And that's why your prime minister must be above board. Your prime minister can't have what this prime minister have, brother. Because the prime minister have such awesome powers, partner, where your prime minister must be seen as squeaky clean. You see the fact that we have a prime minister that is under investigation for illicit enrichment weakens the
everything
office.
just look away.
Yeah. It shouldn't be from the Integrity Commission refuse 1 or 2 times to certify him statutory declaration. The Prime Minister should have started pack up him bag. And you see from they submit that report, they say we now certify. The Prime Minister should have stepped aside, brother. In any respectable democracy, in any country that is run with morals and ethics, the Prime Minister would have stepped aside. In England, look at what happened in England in 2024. How many people have to step aside because they are...
Mass. I must say mass, man, never wear enough to resign,
You understand?
Man go party in a COVID time or
you understand what I say?
Yeah.
They found somebody who was also incompetent. Yeah.
Me see a man roll out with the PM today, Me I tell you the truth, it looks serious,
Who that?
And me I call the name, PB. You know who me I talk?
PB?
Yeah, PB Scott.
PB.
You know the name there?
No.
The man who own Muscle. Muscle Group.
Same step out to the Prime Minister today. What do you mean? How?
Them I see them a break ground some place out of GC faster.
No, man.
And them man them, I tell you the truth, Colin. Them man normally to push out the made for fun,
No, but
so me I wonder if I see them sister them need extra support why them man they decide to make the venture here, because is a man when I really show him face to that,
No, man, but this man in business he must set up, man, and when you set up business like that, you invite the Prime Minister, whether you have PNP or GLP. When Mark Golding and Peter Bunting are open proven officially, and Nigel Clark was the guest speaker, brother.
Yeah.
So you have to understand how them things they work. The man are doing business. So a business venture like that will mean a lot to Jamaica, go employ a lot of people. So you
normally see him personally.
No, that no mean politics. If you see them on the campaign trail now, if you see him turn up our...
No, you're not going to see him this.
No.
You're not seeing this.
And the Prime Minister go check him, and him go check the Prime Minister,
Yeah, I know that's because I'm on me, me kind of familiar with it. That's why I'm kind of surprised because him normally send a representative.
No, but
so
a theme business.
Personally.
A theme business. And him a open a new thing. So the Prime Minister come give me the endorsement. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right, sir.
Well, as me says, still, the man even look into them bag MP and councillor business. Too much of them, man. It now work out.
Need to be more,
for money.
They need to be more effective, and you're right with not getting value for money. That is true. All right,
man.
sir.
Blessings, Colin.
Respect.
Blessings.
We have a clip that we want to play. We heard an interview yesterday evening on RGR with Dayton Campbell and Giovanni Dennis. We heard that interview. And it is very instructive. Marlon Morgan was on it too. But Marlon was on there promoting nationwide. And I wonder how the host really allowed him that kind of latitude to be promoting nationwide. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Good evening, Sunshine Carter.
Where are you, man?
Yes, I'm punished down, sense catching.
Wagwan.
May I say, the money I talk about things get gone down. 2016, I put up at the 25 right now. I 120, I put up right now.
Brother.
140, you know.
Brother, then that me assure the man them say, yeah, get more money now, but the money have less power. The spending power and the money gone. Hold on there for me. Hold on. 305-654-7944. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Yes, Mr. Bell. Good afternoon, sir. This is Party Flat.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Talk to me, man.
I big up the program, but you want no. What do you me there one funeral in my district, you know? And from Xavier, me and Win a peer grave digging, me see man, you know. You understand?
Yeah.
And see man turn up at the funeral this Saturday in my church, and I say, wait, how that? You know?
Man, get active, you know.
Yeah, man, yeah, from the day that man they going now, I say can't die now, I say man, you know. I blind as this, you know. so the other day, we have one 10 minutes on Alexandria. So the man, we take a stop. I man that basically come in, you know. I say in I office and you know say one meet now go and nobody and he walk more there. Man go to pop out say make a promise and give pass them 200,000. Well, me not say nothing about that.
What?
You know. But guess I know, it's a little bit after that. This one brown pretty lady come in.
Yeah.
And then they say she are the next MP. You understand? So
Yeah.
after she make her turn and say pass, because she go around the yard. You know,
Yeah.
so she make her pass and make her talk. Me the man know say this a man a come and get 20,000, promise it 20,000 we get it. But the next one come and in it a promise to or nothing. So me say then after the lady a pass one he meet no and she tap and make her talk.
But Xavier a minister, you know.
So like you want
Xavier is a junior minister in the Ministry of Finance, so Xavier should have can give something. The lady,
you understand?
the lady I don't know. But me could talk again here.
Yeah, man, respect.
Respect. Yes, caller. Thanks for holding. General.
Yeah, General.
Yeah, man. Thanks for holding. Go ahead.
May I say, 2016, one phone up and the 25 plus, so may I say, how does the things are going good and nothing can buy right now?
Them now tell you said 2016, 6,500 could have buy 43 pound of chicken. And right now, $16,000 uncle can buy 40 pound. That me I tell you.
Money can't buy what you want, no.
You see, if you don't grow the economy, brother, your money now have no value. And this government has failed to grow the economy since 2016. They can't debate that. They have failed to grow the economy. And you hear they tell about no new tax? There is no new tax, but there have been many tax increase.
Exactly.
You hear?
Daddy, me also daddy.
No new tax, but there have been many tax increase.
General.
I tell you one way you have to look at. Look at what it cost to get a driver's license in 2016 and what it costs to get a driver's license. No. Just look at that.
I read that.
Look at what
I
a
never did
seatbelt,
that.
look at what a seatbelt costs. A seatbelt ticket costs in 2016, and look at what it costs now.
I played that thing that's about right now, 2016, one pound, one dollar, and it's 250. And $600 go right now.
How much you have bread now?
600 and something of 7 billion.
So it gone up by almost 200%.
All right.
Only politicians them get 200% raise.
Right now.
How much?
500 pounds for turkey neck.
500 a pound for turkey neck.
Right now, 26 pounds for it.
So yeah, so that gone up by 420%. Little more.
Right now.
Little more, brother. Big talk them there. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. Good evening.
Good evening, Colin. I was just hearing the conversation a while ago about no new taxes. I'm a public sector worker, and I used to get benefits that were not taxed, like traveling allowance and a lot of other allowances. We have stopped getting those allowances. All public sector workers have stopped getting those allowances
And put
that
it in
were
your pay.
non-tax, and they're now rolling to our base pay,
And
where
it is now
everything
tax.
is taxed.
Yes.
So we have been experiencing new taxes. So this idea and this argument that there's no new tax is a lie, and people need to stop feeding into it.
Well, guess what? There's no new taxes, but there have been many increase in taxes.
But that's what I'm saying to you, Colin. That is a new tax. If something was not previously taxed and it is now taxed, it is a new tax.
It is a new tax. So that is also, so public sector workers, them are pay a new tax now. Them never used to pay tax for traveling. They are now paying tax. So they lie. Hallelujah. Tell her. We found them in a lie.
Exactly.
That's
everything
a new tax.
that was previously not taxed is now, it is taxes on it.
All your allowances that were not taxed before have now been taxed.
Every single public sector worker is a nice big scam that they have run on all of us as public sector workers.
Well, guess what? You boss it this evening. So people, ask the GLP, what about the new transportation traveling tax? The new uniform allowance tax? The new overtime tax? Huh? Later.
All right, Colin.
Bless up. We're finding them out. Everybody will look deep on them. But just look at the increase in taxes. No new tax. Everybody's now paying GCT and electricity. 305-654-7944 Caribbean Radio HD. You're live on the Colin Bell Show. Good evening to you.
Hi, Mr. Bell.
How are you?
I'm a newcomer.
Thanks for calling.
I just have a little point here.
Yes.
Yes. You know, I'm a Jamaican, but I don't live in Jamaica.
Okay.
And I have a home that I rent.
Yes.
So I went down there. This is the JP department, the JPS.
Yeah.
I went with all my paperwork to get, because I heard you were talking about the light earlier with people, you know, paying for other people's life.
Yes.
Now, when I go there now, as a good citizen, with all my paperwork, they tell me I cannot put the light on unless I have proof that the place is my place.
Yeah.
They tell me to go get a JPS, write me a letter, or the lawyer that is looking about my title, because the title didn't come in yet.
Yeah.
No, I have to leave the country. I don't get the light on.
Well, the truth is...
Why other people is burning the light, and I went to put on the light. Why? So I wanted the time I went up into New Kingston there to find, could I find a JP man?
Oh, so
I don't understand why.
You were in Kingston?
Could never find. I have to leave the country and did not get. What I'm saying, I went there with the tax paper, my name, my address, everything, my ID, and they did not take it.
So they wanted you to get a JP to sign that is you?
Yes.
Oh.
But at the same time, there's no JP in this country.
There's no what?
You know, yes. I heard they clean them up. I went to the passport office. I heard they clean them up. No, they're in hiding. Why? What happened?
Who in hiding? The JPs?
Yeah, the JT, they want to sign the paper. I went up to the passport office to do business, and I was asking around.
Oh, but you have to get a
And
JP
they
in
said-
your community where know you. A JP shouldn't
But-
assign a passport office, really, because they don't know you.
No, not passport office. I went there to do business, but I was asking around.
Yeah.
You understand me? In your community, you go to the pharmacy. You understand me? I don't live down there, so somebody has to sign the paper. That man don't know me. So what should I do? I don't live down there. They need to change the law. That's what I'm getting to.
Well, no,
Yes.
I don't agree with changing the law like that because a man shouldn't sign say
All right.
you and him don't know you. That's why you have JPs in your community so people who know you can recommend you and say, yes, this is a true picture of Melinda Edwards. I have known her for over 8 years or 10 years, or I have known her.
No, they're telling a lie because I don't live down there. This is what I'm saying. Something has to be done. I don't live there. I own the property. I went to get the license
So you're not
legally.
You're not from Jamaica. Where you have that house? Nobody there don't know you.
The JP them don't know me because I don't live down here.
So you never used to live here before?
Then all of them people are dead and gone.
So long you left here?
Yes.
Then you have to come back regular, make people know you. Hey, you're turn a foreign so long nobody don't know you. Sorry for you. You have to come here. You have to come here regular and make the people from where you come from know you. So anything you want, you go in the original community. Somebody say, yeah, man, I miss Jane daughter this signing.
When you go in your original community, they are not there. Even Spanish Town, they used to have some around here. Nobody is not there no more. And even when the commanding man refused to sign paper, you understand?
Kind of know you.
Right.
So you have to go to
what can I do?
Go to a notary public. Go to a notary public now, which this become a legal thing. So if you tell them lie, you get charged for perjury. But it
that's what's going on down there because
find a notary public. The notary public will sign for you.
Oh, the notary public is different from the
JP. Yes, it's different.
Oh, I see what you mean. So thank you for that information.
So the notary public is not necessary. Some of them are lawyers, but they don't necessarily have to be a lawyer, but they have the skills now to interview you to find out if this is really you and sign for you. All right?
Okay, I see. Thank you. Good information.
Bless you.
Have a good evening.
All right.
Very good program.
Yeah, man. Thanks very much. The Colin Bell Show. We're live on Caribbean Radio HD. This evening, we have not invited any guests. As I said, I have a clip I want to play for you. It is about the poll. So the Dan and the RGR Gleaner Communications Group, Dan Anderson poll is out. And that poll is saying that the PNP have a lead of 3%. Now, 3% is just on the margin of error. So it could be a statistical dead heat. It could be that PNP leading by 6 points. And it could mean a whole heap of thing. Giovanni Dennis of RGR's Beyond the Headline spoke with Dayton Campbell yesterday. And I want to give you some of that interview. I'm not going to play all of it, but let me give you from here. Hold on. Not ready. Let me just get it ready because it's not ready. We thought we were ready, but we're not. So let's get ready. All right. Now we're ready to play. Now we can play.
Sure that the machinery is in place in the constituencies. And those people who are familiar with how the machinery works in politics, you know, you can't stand it up overnight. That's why the Prime Minister keeps on saying on a platform that he knows that his supporters are discouraged and some of them are upset and those things. Because when you go out there, you find out that a councillor is not talking to an MP. A councillor has a different set of customizer that they're working with versus MP. So you have to get to the field and put your organization in place. And we have been doing that.
since December of last year. Just fine-tuning to ensure that we can get the canvas done, we can have the workers in place, we can train them, they are motivated to go. The fact that we're still leading in the polls for the last 2.5 years is enough encouragement for our supporters to believe that we are in a position of ascendancy. So I am encouraged by that. And I'm even further encouraged knowing that we have done the organizational work.
1 second, Dr. Camp. I do want to ask you just 1 or 2 more questions before I have to let you go and get some reactions from the JLP. But we do have to take the break right now, and we'll be right back. We're speaking to General Secretary of the PNP, Dr. Dayton Campbell, as we hear reactions to the latest RJ Aglina Dunn Anderson polls showing the PNP with a 3% lead over the JLP in the party standings. Possible challenges for you, Dr. Campbell, is that the race is in fact tightening, given the lead where you're coming from last year to now. Could your lead not erode then if the PM waits until later in the year to call the election with road projects, water projects, addressing some of the very concerns that the citizenry has been raising? What does the opposition have to offer to counter?
That's the superficial analysis of it. As I said before, the last poll was 4.7% with a margin of error of 3. So it was telling you from then that if you had done another poll at any time, it could have been anywhere between 1.5 or 1.7, as I said, to 7.7, because that was the margin of error of that poll. So this is within that. So there's nothing that is alarming about that. There's nothing that suggests any change in direction about that. But something that is important, if you're scrutinizing these numbers, since February, the government has gone on a blitz across the country, cutting ribbons, opening things, breaking ground for things, making announcements. In the last poll, the JP was at 30.7. They are now at 29.6. So the Labour Party would have lost a percentage over that period of time. So it doesn't support your point that they're gaining anything at all. As I said, we have gone into our organizational phase, so we expected that our numbers would have remained relatively the same because we're not in a heightened campaign period. What we're trying to do at this time is to do the organization on the ground. And 3%, if you're working it out, the population that's on the voters list is currently 2.1 million. 3% of that is actually 63,000. So it's actually not a small amount. A 3% lead is not a small amount. And the fact that we have maintained the lead for the last 2.5 years, I think, is significant. The reading is more that the Labour Party is concerned, and that is the reason why the Prime Minister has not announced the election, and that is the reason why he's probably going to have to announce itself, because it's going to go right down to the very wire when the elections are due and the Parliament will have to be dissolved. Has not seen a window to give him an advantage because the PNP continues to lead.
The favorability ratings were released yesterday, reactions to that. In fact, let's just play a short clip from poster Dan Anderson on the favorability ratings of both party leaders.
37.6% said we have a favorable or good opinion of Andrew Holness, compared to 30.4% who said they had an unfavorable opinion. The rest were people who didn't have an opinion. We compared now that to the favorability rating of the leader of the opposition, Mark Goldin. 30.1% had a favorable opinion of him, 22.7% had an unfavorable opinion, and 47% had no opinion of Mark Goldin.
More people have a favorable opinion of the Prime Minister. Is this a problem? Is it a part of problem for the PNP?
Again, my brother, you can't only look at one part of it. He just mentioned two things. He mentioned favorable and he also mentioned unfavorable. More people also have an unfavorable opinion of the Prime Minister by the same margin of 7.8%. As a matter of fact, when you look at the difference between favorable and unfavorable for both, Mark Goldin comes out at 7.4% and Holness at 7.2%. So the net effect of it is greater for Mark Goldin than it is for Andrew Holness, because 30% of the country is saying they have an unfavorable opinion of a Prime Minister that has done 2 terms. When you're in government, you are out there on a daily basis. The need that carries you more. You're expected to be more favorable than the person that is in opposition. The fact that There's such a large percentage of persons who have an unfavorable opinion of the Prime Minister is what is the alarming statistics out of what you have just read. But nobody can just assess favorable and don't look at unfavorable. Because if you interpret favorable to mean that I'm going to support you, you'd have to interpret unfavorable to mean that I'm not going to support you. And it would suggest that when you look at the net effect of it, both of them are roughly at the same point, 7.4 to 7.2, which for Mark Golding as a relatively new politician on the scene, it represents a tremendous level of work that he would have done to get out there for persons to know him, for him to be able to compete in a space with a Prime Minister that has been there for 2 terms.
A lot of people continue to indicate that they don't want to vote, and this is the final thing I wanted to comment on. We did a Vox Pop today asking persons whether or not they are likely to vote in the...
No, my people, this is the part where we want to pay attention to this Vox Pop here. RJ Aglina Communications Group did a Vox Pop. They went out on the road and they talked to people. Listen this.
The upcoming general election.
I am totally disenchanted with both parties. I had a discussion recently as to whether or not I would be voting because, as I said, I'm disenchanted with both parties. From where I'm sitting, I know I read and I see where it says from the macroeconomic standpoint, Jamaica is growing or whatever. But from where I'm sitting, I am not seeing or experiencing that growth personally. My family, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the growth and the benefit trickling down to the common man on the ground. First time in my life since I'm able to vote, I'm actually thinking of whether or not I'm going to be voting.
I have a right, and if I don't exercise that right, and when things happen, I don't have a say in it. So I'm really thinking about voting. So at this point, I'm not sure which one I'll vote for, but as we have a little bit more time, so I'm still contemplating.
I vote every year from a young coming up, but I don't think I'm voting this year. If I'm voting, I'm going to have to go switch. I'm not dash on my party, but I love the corruption now going. Push at the dean, bus here, you can put on $1,000 per your bus card and it double up. See that? The amount of money I come to Jamaica, you say the Prime Minister, how much account, how much this, how much that. Come on, man.
Do you plan to vote in the next general election? Pending, thinking. And we can't change nothing now. We might implement some plans or some this and that. We implant them too late. They will come too late.
Dr. Campbell, your reaction. The numbers showing close to 40% of people either not sure who they're going to vote for or just who say that they're not likely to vote finally. How do both parties, what do both parties do now to get, more people interested in the political process?
Very encouraged from your Vox Pop again, because one gentleman said he's tired of the corruption and he thinks better needs to be done. It cannot continue like that. Another said that it's too late now for a shower, right? He said that the Prime Minister is coming at the last minute to speak of plans and it's too late now. Another lady said with all that is being said about macroeconomic, she is now realizing that you cannot sleep on balance sheet and people don't have any food to eat, that there isn't enough that is going down to the average man in the street. So that is an opportunity for us to get our message across to those persons. So we are now getting into that phase where more will be said about the plans that we have for education, to help with a warm meal in school, to help with a transport subsidy, a scholarship to go to university for the first in the family, to build 50,000 houses where they get the land portion for free, the rent to own so that persons who don't have a pay slip can get a house, so that young people can get help towards the deposits. When we express those ideas, those persons who are out there, we'll be able to appeal to some of them. The Labour Party is known. They've been there for 10 years. They're not going to pick up much undecided at this point in time because they're known. We were coming out of opposition now and proposing something that is better, that is saying to the working poor that it is time now for you to be able to see what you're working for. You can have better. You don't have to migrate and leave Jamaica to have a good life. We are going to present that platform to persons so they can see that they can indeed have a better life in Jamaica and that we as a people, we are better than this level of corruption.
Dr. Dayton Campbell. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. That's the General Secretary there of the People's National Party, Dr. Dayton Campbell. We now have joining us from the Jamaica Labour Party, Marlon Morgan, senior member of the JLP Communication Task Force. Mr. Morgan, firstly, your reaction to what some Jamaicans are just saying in that Vox Pop conducted today, in terms of their likelihood to vote.
Good evening,
Giovanni. Let me say good evening to you.
Good afternoon.
I note the responses to the Vox Pop from the persons your team at RJR Communications Group would have attended upon in recent days. And the truth of the matter is that we know that we have a body of work upon which we are embarked, and we are continuing to press the pavement and press fresh in relation to communicating our message of achievement. There is no other government in the history of this country, Giovanni, that is able to come to keep the people of Jamaica, including some of those respondents in the Vox Pop, on a record of demonstrable achievements in the way this Andrew Holness-led government can do. And the truth of the matter is that the people are seeing the successes. We note that we do not have a monolith in our society. And so in a Vox Pop, you're not likely to have everybody singing the government's praises. Dr. Campbell just now may want to suggest that all the respondents were essentially, cynical and against the government. He may comfort himself with those perspectives. I don't, that is not my point of departure. But like I said, Vox Swap is not a scientific approach or sampling, but we take it for what it is. But that notwithstanding, we have our work cut out for us, and that's what we are continuing to do with missionary zeal.
I have several questions I want to follow up with you, Mr. Campbell, Mr. Morgan, but we do have to take a quick break right now and come back to some of the more salient points I want to follow up on. This is Beyond the Headlines. I'm Giovanni.
All right, so we didn't take much more of that because Marlon basically was all about why Dayton didn't come to Nationwide to debate the Nationwide poll, and he doesn't really put much weight on the Dan Anderson poll. So we didn't take much more of that. So, listeners, viewers, I want to explain something to you this evening. And I want to be patient about it. And anybody who want to call me upon it, I accept your call. I have said before, and I'm going to say it here for record, no other administration in Jamaica's history have had the kind of money at their disposal that this Andrew Holness-led administration have had over the last 9 years. None. They have had the most fiscal space in Jamaica. They have had the most money to spend. Now, my issue with the administration is the amount of poor decisions that they have made, the amount of corruption, and the amount of that money that has been misspent, and the amount of chickini business that they have done. Now, if you spend the most money, if you have the most money, and you spend the most money in education, but a lot of our children are leaving high school, can't read and write, leaving primary school, can't read and write. Our teachers are leaving in droves. The education infrastructure is breaking down. Then what have you done with the money? This GLP government has been unable, come take the 2 minutes, have been unable to really account for our money that they have spent over the last 9 to 10 years. You hear me say? The Andrew Holness-led administration have not accounted properly for the monies, most of the monies, 3 trillion of it. They have not submit the necessary documents to give an account for the money. Now, what I mean by that, that is where the Auditor General said she can't sign off. Because I think at the Ministry of Health, 900 billion, them now forward up the documents for, so the Auditor General can't sign off. Ministry of Education, one whole heap of 100 billion, Have them write down some writers up on the desk that they have not submit the proper report to the Auditor General. And when we look at the result, the Prime Minister, and I hear him up to yesterday, talking about the spent on national security. But with all that spent on national security, it's over 12,000 Jamaicans got murdered under his watch. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Colin. All right. Then I'll tell you how to run your program. But you see, when I like all play interview with all Morgan, I see they just turn you off, you know. Maybe them people just switch something. You can't be if you sit down and listen, people come every day, tell lie, you're promote. You have to play them, the clip them, man.
All right.
Them the clip the hurt him, man. We don't want to hear that, man. Because you know say I play like the man I tell. You don't need to play it.
Well, we only play that little piece. We don't play the whole.
No, man, not playing none of them something, man. Not promote them sit there, man. No.
So young go a year from your side.
I no matter see you want to hear from your side, but you see, a person who not speaking the truth, a person who not speaking the truth, you don't willing to listen to them.
But listen, let me tell you how the game play. You see, when you got a World Cup, you have to send man go watch your opponent game, you know. Because you want to know where the opponent are play before you meet him on the field.
But look here.
So if we as comrades don't know what the labor rights are saying, we won't know what to counteract. We have to know the lies them or them are tell so we can speak to the people and give the people the receipts of the things.
Every Jamaican knows say Morgan just all over the place and flashing mouth until pure lie. Lie. Nobody know who you think listening to them.
Well,
who listening to them? Only them supporter.
Obviously, nobody different now listen to them for true because they have been at 29% from when. So even though the PNP have dropped some points, them not gaining any points.
Look here, I sit down and worry about poll and sit down and worry about that. You know where's the real poll? Election day.
That is the real poll. And I am confident I am confident that the Jamaican people understand that corruption is costing us over $100 billion annually. So under this administration, we gone about $1 trillion in a corruption. You know what that could have done for this country, my brother?
Yeah. Suffering when people in the country, hungry, suffering. And we get up attack every day about prosperity and this and that. It's picking to sit down and listen to that.
All right.
And you get up and tell me about, say, you look for me, you go tell me about PNP in power for 18 years and do nothing. And all of the success, I know them have benefit from now.
Yeah, but I want one of them to call me and let's go toe to toe.
They're not going to call you.
I want
They're not going to call you.
See, you ever hear about that thing we call dub for dub? Me a challenge a labor right for come on a show and him tell me where Andrew do, and me tell him what happened where PGA do, and him tell me where Andrew do, and me tell him where PGA do, and we take it to the levels, who put in what kind of policies where benefit the people. I am ready to challenge a labor right on that. Because they said that they have done a lot. So forward over here, so with your facts, and me ready with the things them where PGA partisan do in the 18 years.
None now go come.
That
because
18 years have transformed Jamaica.
This is just something where they use to go around and for use. And them use it so well because much people sit down and pay them. Because for me wouldn't mind if election come tomorrow morning and PNP win 63 seats and we could get a different opposition. This is a government we have not supposed to say about Jamaica House.
Well, you see, let me tell you something. As I said earlier, that the Prime Minister of our country wields such awesome powers. He's the most powerful man in the country, the Prime Minister. And for a Prime Minister to have all of these issues surrounding him and not cleared up, it brings the office of Prime Minister into disrepute. And I can't understand how well-thinking Jamaican people who are Christian-minded
Yeah,
and
but they're
know what
promoting.
and know what corrupt rulers does. Read the Bible and see about corrupt rulers.
No Barabbas.
And they are telling me about them and support this corrupt man.
Them not have no moral grounds to come to nobody and cause say anything. Because we don't know where them are talk about corruption. All of where them are accusing PMP for most PMP something was like allegation. But no.
But if you
The
even
Prime
look at,
Minister is proof. We have proof for the Prime Minister.
of course,
We have it proof in front of it. So don't make waste some time on them, the people.
yeah, man.
We just await for the election.
All right, my
All
brother.
right,
Respect.
thanks.
So, my listeners and viewers, as I take your calls, I am still saying to you that what is happening in Jamaica is a serious mismanagement of the country's resources. So with all the whole heap of money that this government have to spend, they defunded the JUTC, and now they are giving their friends contracts to bring in buses into this country. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Hello?
Yes, welcome to the Colin Bell Show. Good evening.
Yes, sir. Good evening. This is
Hold on. Your background is a bit. Hold on. Your background is a bit noisy. Yeah, go ahead now.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Loud, yes.
All right. I'm in the car, so probably that's the reason.
Sounds good now. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm saying being an audience listener to your program, I tune in every time you come on, but I was listening earlier on and that gentleman that called and talk about the fact that they keep saying that there's no new taxes, but yet we see where one bread from 2016 left from what, $200 and something to about $500?
Or 600 or 700 in that region.
Yeah, but that's the thing that the ordinary Jamaican is not looking at that, because they hear no new taxes, and because this administration have not come out and say, okay, for example, there was no tax on you buying a bicycle at court, but now there's going to be a 10% tax on this bicycle. They are not realizing the amount of tax we have been paying over the past 10 years,
Yeah, man, and we have had quite a few tax increase. Just look at what a license.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at what a driver's license.
Left. Go again.
In 2016, you were paying somewhere about maybe less than $5,000 to get your driver's license. Now it's over 16,000.
Yes, because somewhere about there, because 2000 and it was about that. It was about that for the driver's license. I compare that to now. So if we should look at that, that's a lot of tax. But the ordinary man not looking at that, to say they are paying more taxes, just that because they didn't announce it's a new tax. But they are in the long term paying far more taxes.
Way more taxes. The government is collecting a lot more taxes now than they used to collect. So them are trying to
why I'm calling. Yeah, sorry to talk over you.
No, you go ahead.
No, I'm saying this is some of the things that you guys who are out here pushing forward need to highlight and make them understand that yes, you have less from $50 for a pound of chicken now to $350. That's how many percent increase in tax. That's literally the tax.
I'm going to tell you something. Hold on. I'm going to tell you something. In 2016, the government collected $447 billion in taxes. That's in 2016. Yes. In 2017, the government collected $742 billion in taxes.
That's 300 more.
All right. So, let us show you how much more money this government here collect in our taxes, brother.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't understand why the people not looking into this. Are we this naive? Are we this naive and illiterate to understand? So regardless that they did not mention a new tax, we are still paying far more taxes than what we were paying 10 years ago.
Oh, yes. Because watch this now. if you used to pay 15% GCT on a concrete block, and the concrete block costs $100, you pay $15 on that
More.
block, right? So you'd have to pay $115. But when the block go up to $200, you now start pay $230. Your taxes is $15 more on the price of the block. So the government right away get 100% increase in taxes right there.
But I don't understand. It's basic economics, you know. We cannot be this naive to understand this.
Yeah, but
most of
listen,
the people just looking at that because they did not mention it, but they don't see that they are paying more.
But let me tell you what happened. A lot of people don't have what is called critical thinking. So those of us who think critically have to now start open them things for the people and show them. You understand? And that is what we do when we come here. We basically simplify the things that everybody can see because people have different talent in different things. So that's some people are sort out some other things while some people sort out this. So I just saw it go, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And another thing, I think you probably need to say you can, because they might go after the election, you know. They might go try go after the election, you know. But some way, somehow, I think one of you guys who is out there putting out information need to educate the general man about the whole deal, what it comprises of, and how it go on a day to day. Like from the poll open from 7 o'clock until the poll close at 5 o'clock. You guys need to have a show where you can teach the people them about it, so they can understand the day to day, the minute by minute activity of the day of poll on that day. Because they might go after the election, and they might go come hard. If you can remember in the local, you remember when Val said person were still standing in line at 9 o'clock?
Yes. Yeah,
that's total bullshit. Sorry, my language. That's total foolishness.
We know what happened.
There's no PD in Jamaica. There's no PD in Jamaica. I've worked in every single election up until the 2020 election. Because I'm not in the country. And there's no way when you go at that door at 5 o'clock and say polling station PD number 635 is now closed. If you don't see anybody in that line, you know you check your door. But if at that point you see people in the line, you count off and put your passer at the back of the line, and you have somebody inside with yourself counting until the last person coming, which should be the passer.
So answer
There's
this.
no PD.
So answer this.
That's so much person voting from 5 till 9.
So answer this. If when you go out there at 5 o'clock, 110 people in the line, what do you do?
What you do? No, man, you count them off, man, and put the police.
Exactly.
The one day police at the back of the line.
Yes, and they have to vote.
But that not taking you 4 hours, brother, to stand up and vote.
Oh, you know that. Suppose some of them now have no
brother,
ID.
All right. Well, man, I'm here telling you, brother, I work every single election from 2004.
Hold on. An average of how long a person take to vote?
Regine, you see, if you have the person inside, when no one them I do less than 5 minutes, brother.
Hold on. So a person, everything all right, take 5 minutes to vote, right?
Let's have 5 minutes.
So let's round it off at 5 minutes. And a person who doesn't have an ID, how long does that person take to vote?
I've never come across one of my situations where somebody don't come in with an ID.
Oh, yeah,
I can vividly remember that.
Well, if that happen now, though. Because once your name
is
well,
if that it's going to happen. But if you know what you're doing, because remember, I'm going to come back to that. Remember, as the day progresses, you don't have persons standing in line, It's very rare to have 5 or more persons standing. So the whole process seems as if it is drawn out. But if at that point you have 100 people standing in the line, that's a quick movement of those people, because based on what they say, the person coming with no ID, I think it's vote number 11 or vote number 10. It's one of them. It's vote 10 or vote number 11. And you draft your black book and you ask the relevant question.
So the
And you do your two
hold on now.
fingerprint. Brother, that now take you 5 minutes, you know.
All right, my boss. So you're saying that the person without an ID is taking the same time as the person with an ID?
About 5 minutes. The
disagree.
one with the ID takes far less than 5 minutes. Once that person come in and in give name, you grab the ID.
Hold on.
And you pull clerk.
Hold on the caller. Where's that? Where's that?
Huh? Me?
Hold on. Not me think of me I talk to. So you said the person with the ID, I am suggesting to you that a person with them ID, everything running smooth, maybe about 3 minutes.
Less than 5 minutes, man. Far less than 5 minutes.
Hold on. So let's say 3 minutes. So if you have 100 times 3 is 100, so you still should not up to 9 o'clock.
No, it shouldn't. It should not.
Well, we have to fix it. It happens.
It needs fix because what I'm saying,
it happened
that
in my
shows you the height of what they are going after. Brother, it's unlikely, brother. You think people were heated for this election? I go wait till the last minute to go vote, brother. Them are people are trying to go vote and make sure that they make up knives.
All right, sir. Respect.
There was something fishy.
All right. We talk.
Yeah, man. All right. Blessings.
Where I ran in the last local government election, I think voting took place up until about 7:30 in one of the PD. Yeah, and I'll tell you, I feel like something fishy going on. I know that there were some people up there sell vote. And the man them go buy vote late in the evening. So some people join the line late, but I agree, it shouldn't go so long. Something funny. Yeah, man. People. Government don't build even one school since they come into office. Listen, and I want to say this. I don't think that this government needed to build any school. I'll say it. I don't think that the GLP really needed to build any school. One. And two, if they needed to build school, they would know. They wouldn't know because the population census have not been done. Carla, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Good evening, Colin. How are you doing?
Where is the Junior?
But I'm really here now.
What go on now? Talk to me.
The fact that there are so many people worried about who to vote for is stunning. You have a government that is taking the Integrity Commission to court, right? And you have a government that is trying to tear down the Integrity Commission and tear down the Attorney General, the Auditor General. That would make you feel that you're questioning something. So that would put you in a position where you would have some doubt as to whether you support the government. The other thing too, look at the fact that the government took a 200% increase. And they are giving civil servants minus 12.5% increase in 4 years. And you don't look at that and say something wrong with that?
Hold on, minus 12.5%, or you work out that? I don't understand. Help me.
All right, if you are going to get 2.5% in the second year, and 2.5% in the third year, and 2.5% in the fourth year, that is 7.5%.
Yeah.
But you have to encapsulate inflation.
Oh.
And if you have a 5% inflation over 4 years,
that's 20%.
That's 20%. So you're minus the 7.5% from 20%, you have minus 12.5%.
Rotted. Hey. Yes, Junior, you hold them, jig them up. Because it's not going with inflation, so inflation eat out the money. So you're 12.5% worse off.
Yes.
Tell her. That is what you call critical thinking, sir.
When you look at that now, you realize yourself, you can't stand on the side and look.
Cannot.
You have to make a decision.
Hold on. How long shall they steal the profit while we stand aside and look? Hold on, Junior. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Hey, Colin, evening.
Hold on,
evening.
Marsh. Hold on. I'm coming back.
No, not running. No, me don't want to go it. Me don't want to go it before me talk.
Then you're not for hold on, because I'm not going to hear you. Hold on.
Oh, yes, all right.
Yeah, Junior.
Yeah, the other thing. Everybody said that well, not everybody. There's an element of persons out there saying that the Labour Party and the PMP is the same.
No.
No, they are both political parties. That's a similarity. But let us look at human beings. No two human beings are the same.
No.
Both mother and father had a lot of children, apart from you saying. You hear about any other family member who is a track star?
No, sir. 7 brothers, 7 different minds.
Marco and Steve used to play for Australia. One was better than one, don't
Of course. Of course.
Greg Chaplin and Ian Chaplin were brothers, you know. They played for Australia. One was better than one, don't
Every day.
So how is it that they're going to feed us this narrative that the JLP and the PMP is the same? It can't be the same.
We are not the same. No.
The DNA of the Labour Party is different than the DNA of the PMP, you know.
Yes, sir.
Persons like Darvaza, Matthew Samuda, and those people would never become members of the PMP, you know. They would never.
Why?
Because the ideology of the PMP is to take care of the poor.
I understand, you know. Clear.
Those people's mentality is to oppress the poor.
Little more, Junior.
Take it easy.
Thank you for the call. Every time.
Yeah, man.
Marshy.
Yeah, man.
Where I say?
Yeah, man. With the brother, you see the brother working maths a while ago?
Yes.
Right. Where at the NIH, where the workers end up with?
Point 0.
Listen, man.
Minus 12%.
When me tell you, the people they are a set of zeroologists.
I say you find a new name for them now.
The man, them are zeroologists because they work them maths and see to it that you get nothing.
Nothing.
Only zeroologists can do that. So the brother work him things properly a while ago.
Yes.
But before I go, because I can't stay with you, we have a song where the song are mad them. We are marching on to progress.
Because we care not what the Labour right do or what they say we are.
Mullins criticize it and then find all kind of fight
with
it.
Who criticize the song?
Me hear say, me not hear for myself, me hear say Mullins criticize it.
So what?
But the blood and fire part.
So we have blood and fire, comrades?
Yes.
And a new song, you know?
No, man, them are idiot, man. You have some people who just come, but you listen this way, me want to say to you, you're supposed to old enough to remember. And me not hear the critics, them I say anything. You know anything about the shower posse?
Me hear about them.
Oh, the shower posse with gun running. When you hear them talk about shower bullet, then shower upon people, you know.
So me
and
hear.
They run drugs and run gun and nearly tear down United States. And then now the shower posse and they affiliate to the Jamaica Labour Party. And where the JLP slogan?
Shower.
After enough of them want to know about their wrongdoing there, you know. They know about it, but they're not saying nothing wrong with linking to the shower posse. We destroy America. If the American government never turn up on their foot, me not call certain name. Because certain big name were the beginning of the drugs thing. People like Peter Phillips and some others can't tell you. So when them say shower, I wrongdoing, they affiliate themselves with. You hear?
All right, Marshy.
So at that them to criticize the slogan where the GLP are use, the shower passy thing. We look most we couldn't enter United States. You take care of yourself, yeah?
One love, Marsh. Thanks for the call. The song says we are marching on to progress, for we care not what the labor rights say or what they say we are. We need to fight the labor rights and to set Jamaica free. The song says we are blood and fire comrades, and we're marching on to progress. That's the original song, but they change it up now and put some different word in it and give it a nicer vibe. But that's the song I used to sing when me just are getting out of politics. That's the song I love. You know? And it doesn't mean a physical fight. It means having the debates, having the dialogue. Talk to me, caller.
Take up yourself.
Where are some man? Long time in a year, you know.
Yeah. Debo.
Wagwan.
Yeah, I listen to the Prime Minister. I must say, boy, no need a opposition.
At that, Clive Mullins and NNN for criticize.
You see, and only supporters them can hold him accountable. So
well, hold on. What he's saying, you know, those of us who never vote for him can't talk to him. That's what he's saying. He says only supporters. No need nobody else to hold him accountable. His supporters will hold him accountable. So what he's saying is the 79% of Jamaicans who did not vote for him go on side.
But that is a dictatorship, man.
Then, you know, your Desmond Mackenzie saying, now surrender Jamaica to the PNP ever again. You know, hear that?
Yeah, me, and that me that come to too. So it just in not run a government.
May I listen to you, man? Talk to me.
Yeah, in not run a government. He run a JLP party.
Yeah, because them statement there needs to be cleared up. They need to come to the public and clear up them statement there.
But you can't say that this Prime Minister is not responsible for people at Jamaica. You have the Jamaica people interest at heart, you know.
Sister Cynthia, Sister Tanya, Servant David, Sister Babette. Good evening, everybody in the chat room. Yeah, man. Him not have our interest.
No, I'm not no interest. You understand? And people of Jamaica must wise up and see where this man go.
Now, hold on. I want listeners in the chat room, if you know what time Clive Mullins was discussing the song, because I would love to go listen to it. I can go back and listen to it. So if you give me an idea of around what time, because a lot of listeners in the chat room have said to me, say, yeah, Clive Mullins did criticize the song. Tell me what time. I would love to hear what he said for myself. Brother Watto. Yes, caller, continue.
Yeah, man, it's Prime Minister and attack foolishness.
The Prime Minister is losing his head. The Prime Minister is concerned because him can't find a window to call the election. And him say him now call it until him sure say him can win. So me don't know when that him will call it. Hold on for me. Hold the line. Hold the line. Hello, good evening.
Yes, Mr.
All right, I'm going to ask you to hold the line for me. I'm coming right. Let me just finish up with this call and come back to you.
All right.
Yes, my brother, continue.
Yeah, but him not go see no results when want anytime soon.
That's what I talk about, so we don't know. It look like Parliament are going to dissolve by itself.
So I don't know what am I going to do. We are watching Keely still, you know.
Yes.
Watching Keely.
And we're ready. Little more.
Yeah, if them talk them up to something.
Yes.
All right, man. So we are watching Keely.
All right.
All right, bro.
Hello, good evening. Thanks for holding.
Yeah, man. Yeah, listen me now.
Yeah, but turn off the thing in the background. Whatever you listen to upon, turn off that, because that will give you a delay where you now can concentrate on what it is that you want to say.
All right, can you hear me now?
Yes.
I want you to answer me one. I want you to answer me one question. Yeah?
Yes.
They have a hang up and listen to your answer.
Yeah.
When you ever ask the boy the non-Christian, they answer you, you have straight answer.
Well, hold on. Repeat the question.
When you ever ask Marlon what question he answer?
No, Marlon no answer questions. Marlon come with talking points. So no matter what you ask him just say what it is him have come when plan come to say.
You say, me sit down here, all the while I'm here listening, to hear him and give a straight answer, and me not hear it.
You can't give me no straight answer.
That in one time me never hear him. Me say, the man confused me to Rasta.
Ah man, him not answer no straight question, brother.
Man?
And that's why they are hiding from interviews. They're not giving any interviews.
And then you ask my question. You don't feel left off my head till he answer you. Don't left off of that point until he answer you.
All right, sir.
No matter where I say, no matter where I try to go and go on, just asking the question over and get.
All right, my brother. Respect.
Respect, Sam.
Yes.
No,
man say, hold him feet to the fire. Ask him the question till him answer it. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Yeah, Colin, me that ask, you say that send a number to me. Me not get it.
I will send it. Sorry about that. I never remember.
All right, please.
I was actually overseas, so I never remember.
All right, please send it.
Yeah, man. 876-804-7072. That's 876-804-7072. So we're talking about the mismanagement of Jamaica's resources and the fact that this government has had the most money to spend, but what they have done was misuse the money, and we have not gotten value for all the money that they have spent. So when they've been bragging about how much money they've spent on this and how much money they've spent on that, let's look at murders. Let's look at murders. When the GLP came into power, where the murder rate was, if they had continued on that trend and not make murder get way, so much people would not be dead. So the murder rate from 2012, 1,102, 2013, 1,202, 2014, 1,005, 2015, 1,202. Now they got it February 2016. And here the thing get way. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Caribbean Radio HD, the Colin Bell Show. Turn off your system in the background for me, please. Turn off the system in the background. You have to turn off whatever you were listening on. Turn that down. Mute the audio on that and then talk to me. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Bell.
Yes, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you, sir.
Talk to me.
I wanted to ask hypocrite Clive Mullins if when he went in a PMP party, if it is song the name they used to play.
Yeah, he must did know that come here say man did comrade. So if he did comrade then you tell him I must know that song there.
Him and Dr. Him and Christopher Tufton, that's why Christopher Tufton may go from Labour Red platform go say, remember to put the X squarely beside the head. Yeah. I'll say me was a hypocrite.
Well,
I could have never get them here with the party.
I want to go and listen.
Right.
When I come off this program, I am going to find it because I want to hear what was said by him. I don't really pay the next people them down this on the mind. Because we know who they are and we know what they are. So we don't really pay over anything in the mind. But I would love to hear what Clive said.
Mr. Bill? Yes, Christopher Tufton. I am from Mount Salem.
Yeah.
Division. And I went over the hospital because my granddaughter was sick. And when I went to the little Kubwa they have say at the ER, the security guard tell me, say, me can't stand up there. So I said, why me can't stand up there? And the man, they go on and they go on, they go on, and Sabel and give some Florida movie. When me look, no Christopher Tufton, me say, they come. So me say, oh, this is why you never want me here, so. Me say, you see, you Christopher Tufton, you're going to go to prison. You're going to go to prison for people money, and they must take some of the container them and tie your penny and drop you in the middle of the sea.
So you tell the minister?
And yes, man.
You really tell the minister that?
Huh?
You told the minister that?
Yes, because my granddaughter had was to sit on a chair with the IV in her hand. And I said to him, one morning, me go over to go look at my granddaughter, and me go look for her. I see one lady that look for me, she wear pink uniform. And I say, miss, because I remember ready, me know my mouth now have no filter. Me say, miss, why you staring at me like that? He said, lady, I can tell you the truth. You say, if you were about your second over there this morning, boy, one of them mash up down there with Christopher Tufton. Me tell him, he go prison and I think I remember. So me tell him, say no go to prison for Cornwall Regional money.
Please be careful. No, that is a serious one in a Cornwall Regional money. And I want to say to the labor rights.
I told him.
It's serious in a Cornwall Regional. It's serious. And when it come to me, I look upon the thing and I say, how much, what is the size of the urban center? The urban center bigger than Cornwall Regional. They built it in 3 months with $6 billion. And they are telling us that they are projected to spend $23.5 billion on Cornwall Regional. Rio built a 5-star hotel down at Trelawney. 750 rooms. Luxury hotel. 3 years, $15 billion. Them make up their mind for robbery.
Yes.
And anybody not see that, don't want to see it. Anybody will not see that, no want to see it.
I'm a stand comrade. And me tell you what my problem I have with the PMP. Me tell you what my problem I have with the PMP. You see, when they do anything, them have to delay to open it and make one election come catchy and make labor rights open it and then them say and them do it. Right? You see the housing scheme over side of the hospital?
Yeah.
Where Castro come ground for the people then, for poor people. And Bruce Golden may see me over there one day and they can tell me, say, me live over here, but I was only passing through. Me live over here and me say shower, you can't say shower. And I give Bruce some bad word and tell him, say, I'm Michael Manley and Castro going over here, so you don't know shit about it. You don't know nothing about it. Down at Parkland, a PMP, and PMP wait until GLP come get out and make over there so becomes a liberalized zone.
So sometimes we move too slow. All right, Carl, I understand you.
Yes.
All right.
Look on the bus park. Who believe the one in I think so now for tree.
Yeah, man.
And labor come hold it like how them do it.
No, man. Everybody don't say a PNP bus park. That they not do no bus park. Make we talk again, do you hear?
All right, Mr. Bell.
And be careful how you talk to the minister. They might pre you.
Me no business. Me is not a PMP. Is a cobred.
And you're not afraid of them.
I'm not afraid to talk. No, not at all.
We're ready to fight the labor rights and set Jamaica free.
Anytime, anywhere.
Big up yourself, my blood and fire comrade. Marching on to progress. Yes, so as I was telling you about the amount of money that this government squander. So when they came into government 2016, right away murder go up to 1,354. 2017, 1,647. 2018, 1,287. 2019, 1,339. 2020, 1,323. 2021, 1,474. 2022, 1,498. 2023, 1,393. And 2024, 1,141. So they allow the thing to slip away. So is it that them build up this trauma and wait till election now? Them a tell we say murder come down by 40%. It must come down. The amount of money that you spent, it take too long to come down. You should have bring it down before. And when we did that tell you, say, state of emergency need to work. You see, these people are wicked, you know. They were forced, this administration was forced to do proximity policing, more intelligence. That is what Peter Bunting have been saying to them when they are called state of emergency, state of emergency. And them are going like we force them to find a different way. The PNP is going to be tougher on crime. We can tell you that. We are going to be tougher on crime. We are going to bring down murders more. Because we don't have no criminal in our party. Our party leader is not tainted. No mix up. So, let me tell you something. Yes, Colin, they did a bus park downtown Kingston. Oh man, 1 year where them just put up something. Look at bus park. When you look at Halfway Tree, you see a bus park. Like when you go to London and you got the bus park of London. Yeah? That's a bus park. So understand it. Where them build downtown is where they normally do just clean up one place and put some asphalt on it. Look at the standard. The standard is Halfway Tree. They defund JUTC. And then they carry used bus and give them friend the deal for carrying bus. What is coming off of them bus deal? What is coming off? So this government has mismanaged the finance of the country. We should be in a far better place if we had better managers. Just look at Cornwall Regional Hospital. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show on Caribbean Radio HD.
Yes, Mr. Colin, man.
Yes, sir.
When me did want to say, because me never know say are we build Mocha, are we 2014 Mocha was introduced in Jamaica and see that. So that means that we've been always been doing good where crime was concerned.
Brother, we put in the infrastructure. We implement the policies. The policies that cause the changes, and we implement those policies.
Then, all right.
Omar Davis bringing FSC and all of them something there. Institution that serves the country well. Just check all the institution and say who bring them in.
Yeah, that me realize. So me don't know how them labor right here come attack them type of way like them do nothing for Jamaica. Them not do nothing for Jamaica. They never do nothing for crime.
They have raped Jamaica. They raped the country, brother.
Yes, chief man. Yes, chief man. All right, I just that my calling to make you know because like research me go do last night and realize that.
All right, sir. Respect. That is
man,
it.
Every time. But on the show I watch it.
Nobody goes downtown bus park. It's the person ask if it start operate properly. What happened, cause big up yourself. Mr. George Davis, please come and block me. Oh, George Davis, block you. You see, them not deal with contending views, you know. They don't deal with contending views. We have spent over $9.4 billion to date on Cornwall Regional. $9.4 billion. And all we could open is the administrative wing of Cornwall Regional. And people want to tell me say something wrong down there, sir. Everything wrong at Cornwall Regional. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Yes, Shaka. Good evening, sir.
Bless up and welcome.
And I always have to comment you on the good job that you're doing and bringing all these things to us and enlightening us on what's going on, you know?
Thanks for watching, sir. Thank you.
But my thing is this. I don't know because I haven't heard anyone speak about this state of art children hospital has been building in Montego Bay.
Yeah.
For 225 beds. So I am saying, if they can build a state-of-the-art children hospital, which is I have no problem with, why is it Cornwall Regional cannot finish?
No, but you must remember something about that children hospital, right? That children and adolescent hospital, that's what name, something like that. That is a gift from the Chinese government to the Portia Simpson-led administration. Yeah. So this government don't really have nothing to do with that hospital, you know. So them have to just watch it a bill.
Okay.
So on a them a bill it. It wasn't given it wasn't given to the country while they were in power. It was given to the country when Portia Simpson-Miller was prime minister.
Because
so it's that agreement that is happening.
I see a certain entertainer down there doing interviews like said it is the government bill.
The one where they have I tell peer like one where we were on big glasses bigger than for me.
Yes, the one right, the one where we want big glasses like him a diver man, like a fisherman go shoot.
A jump with that man. He don't know nothing about politics. He just run up and try put some things out there because he feels say a few people will listen to him. Done him in career and better make him stay there.
Yeah, you understand me? And then I am looking at something right now in Trelawney. Trelawney has been developing and I can count at least maybe about 15 housing scheme that build up.
Yeah.
But there is no such thing what they're doing for uplift with the water system. So they put in all these housing scheme. But what happened to the water system? There's nothing there to bring the water to give the people them water in Trelawney.
Let me tell you something.
And then they take from Trelawney to Montego Bay.
Akeem Evans, write a list since you can't call because you can't talk. Write a list of the things them where the GLP did in the 9 years to me. Put a list in the chat room so I can see it and go through it. Because what I need to tell you and remind your caller that the boom in Trelawney is taking place as a result of the Trelawney cruise ship dock that was put in place by the People's National Party. Right? And that dock is giving that kind of spin-off to Falmouth and its surroundings right now. And that's why I said to these people in Portland, where I follow Wagwana Center, I said them I'll make urban center. I keep saying to them, you need to do the East Harbor so we can get the cruise ships coming to Port Antonio every week. That will drive the Portland economy. But you know what happened? All the people in Portland who are on the GLP side, they are not from Portland, you know. And I can't understand why labor rights in East Portland can't realize that you have to now be taking second space behind so many people who they import into the constituency and giving them leadership role over the people in Portland. And I don't like it. And I'm saying to you that yes, the candidate for the MP, for the PNP, is not from Portland. But let me tell him something. In can people come here come put in front of we. May I tell him that? It's not going to happen. You understand what I say? So what is happening now? These people don't know the history of the parish or the constituency. They don't understand what make the constituency tick. So them doing a lot of foolishness, my brother. But me could talk again here.
All right, man. Bless up.
One love. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Colin, quickly, me not stay. The bus park downtown, you see? Tell Desmond Mackenzie to come tell you what going on between him and Dodos with the bus park downtown. That's simple that. And people must stop going like them don't know.
Me never,
I will remind him to the contractor for the bus park downtown I was Dodos. Ask Desmond Mackenzie what role in play now. Set a damn crook the well of them. Me gone.
All right, Marshy. Me never know what the contractor downtown. Me a countryman. I mean, me stay in my country lane. But I see it. What is happening? We need to know who is the liaison officer for the urban center down at Bombrook. Who is the liaison officer? Is the liaison officer for the urban center in Bombrook somebody from East Portland? Somebody tell me. I want a top labor right. Call me and tell me who are the liaison officer for the urban center in Boundbrook. Labor rights open no yai. People come and yam the whole of the cake. In fact, then stop be a cake of pudding. I don't care him get crumbs. Can't even get crumbs. I who have the whole of equipment them bout ya. I get the whole of the work them now. Hey, tala. Whole heap of man when me say for years I support the Labour Party. And right now, people come from where they come from and run around the whole of uno. Run around the whole of uno. My people, let me in the chat room, let me tell you something. I tell you all the while, you know. So most time me ask question, me know the answer. Here? That's why they can't come tell me no lie. Because I not just ask question blindly. Yes, they don't do cake no more because crumbs drop off a cake. I pudding them and do that when you're cutting, not even crumbs you can't get. So, we are looking and we are saying to the people of Jamaica, we have to choose wisely. And I hear Chris Stokes on an interview yesterday. And they were talking about the possibility of finding commercial quantity oil off the coast of Jamaica, in Jamaican waters. And that you can't have a corrupt leader when those findings are made. You cannot have a corrupt leader, Servant David. Mr. King, Sister Tanya, we need leaders with integrity. We need leaders with pure hands and clean heart. We need leaders who have not been fingered in corruption and can't clear their name. Instead, you're gonna quote for struck down illicit enrichment. You're gonna quote for the court to say the charge of illicit enrichment is unconstitutional. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Yes, Colin.
Yeah, man.
What happened to the Reverend Rural Weed case? Is that thing dead?
You see, let me tell you something. They are using whatever tactics to draw this out as long as possible. I don't know. I have to go check and get an update on the court dates for that case. I have to check it out.
Yeah, check find if the DPP put in a gravestone on another case. Gravestone on another case, mate.
We're going to find out. We're going to check it because we shouldn't allow these things to go. What happened to the case? Long, what happened to the case at Patrick Bailey's house? The man who was murdered or found dead in Patrick Bailey's house. What happened to that case? Is that case
I'm telling you, mate,
gone cold as well?
Yeah, it look like DPP put a gravestone on those cases. a tombstone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And bury it.
What happened to we used car them? The car them, see them carrying used bus now. What happened to the used cars them that we were supposed to get for the police? Have we gotten all of them thus far?
And those are taxpayer money, mate. That's taxpayer money. We need to know where the money go, mate.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
The DPP need to come and tell us about the real case. If she already put a tombstone over it and seal it up.
And we want to know what happened to Dr. Bloomfield case too. Because we see they're putting out people for Wanted Wednesday. And we don't hear of this man picture gone up on Wanted Wednesday. The man will disappear at the court gate. What is happening?
Well, Colin, one day I'm going to call you and speak about Dr. Bloomfield because I want to speak to the pure conscience of the Portland people because they should have stand up for Dr. Bloomfield.
Yeah, man. Nobody know how Dr. Bloomfield murder go. And we got a narrative from a set of people talking about what them call it? It's sexuality. We don't know about that. How you get that narrative? They come with that narrative. But I tell you something, Carla. No sin no go unpunished. And we need justice for Dr. Bloomfield.
Definitely. Because I know Bloomfield very well, mate. I know him very well,
And we need to ask the police, is it true? We want to ask the police, is it true that it was 4 DNA samples that was taken from the crime scene? Dr. Bloomfield and 3 more. Is that true? Why aren't we searching for the rest if it is true? Questions, my friend.
I think the DPP is in the business of putting tombstones and cases in Jamaica and call it dead. You know what I mean?
I don't know. But we're asking the question, my friend.
Yeah, it's a bit away, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And one more thing before I go, you know?
Yeah.
Darrell Vaz has put no value on the kids of Portland. He had no put no value on the kids. And he had no respect for the kids in Portland. That's the reason I bring in those junk bus from America, which has been dumped. You know what I mean? And the people of Portland need to stand up. You know what I mean? Against those foolishness. You know what I mean? You can't take taxpayers' money, go buy junk. They put the future of Portland into. You know what I mean?
It's not just Portland. They are going other places too.
You need to stop.
All right.
You need to stop, mate.
All right, my brother.
All right, take care, mate. Take care.
Man. One love. At the used vehicle government, use car for police and use bus for carry children go to school when so much money has been squandered left, right, and center. You take $11.4 billion and give to Jamaicans to go party when we could have invested that 11.4 billion. And we hear you have another billion planning to give out before election. Say it is solidarity. Solidarity. When we need to invest in agriculture. We need to invest in renewable energy. We need to invest in the creative and the cultural industry. We need to invest in our children. You can't afford to buy a new bus for school picnic, but you give a 20,000. Show me what anybody make out of that 20,000. What we have out of it. What is there to show? This is a government of consumption. We need a government of production. Jamaica needs to produce more. Let me thank all the people on Caribbean Radio HD for tuning in this evening. And if you have intentions on coming back to Jamaica, start thinking renewable energy. The next PNP administration will invest in renewable energy. I got that coming out of an interview I did with Peter Phillips, the Shadow Minister of Energy in Jamaica. He said that if the PNP forms, Philip Paulwell, He said that when the PNP forms the next government, they are going to be investing heavily in renewable solar panel. In fact, I asked him if we were going to make those solar panel in Jamaica, and he said yes. From 2014, he had gone to Cuba to get Cubans to teach us how to make solar panels. Take a lot of people off the grid. Those people who are taking electricity and not paying for it, we're giving them solar so that my bill can go down by 20%, because 20% of the light bill I pay now is for electricity theft. Head boy wagwan. So just before Head boy come in, go to my YouTube channel, Portland Spice TV, and watch the videos. There are 2 videos there. One is 17 minutes and one is 30 minutes. In Jamaica Energy Crisis. Go watch the videos and get a full understanding. Head boy wagwan.
We are blood and fire comrades, and we marching on. Hey, let me tell you.
Whatever them take, whatever them mash down, we are go build back. We are go build back better than before. Whatever them take away, we are go bring it back. We are go bring it back and restore. Cause we're going to fight and kick down corruption door. Something to the sort. It's a bad.
Hey, but let me tell you something.
This song a kick.
People don't understand that we're of African descent. And I proud myself in saying not only am I of African descent, I am of Maroon heritage.
Oh, yes.
Which we trace back our roots back to the Asante people.
Yes,
in
sir.
Kumasi, Ghana.
Hallelujah.
Yeah?
Tala.
That's why we can say Akwaba.
Hold on. Brother Watto is asking why we're buying used buses. Because somebody, Brother Watto, can cheat the system. Somebody making a bag of money off of these used buses. Go ahead, boy.
Let's say it as it is, because I am calling you about that one. The best friend of the sitting member of parliament for East Portland is getting a sweetheart deal with these buses. But let's even move it further than just being best friend. It is a conflict of interest for somebody who has been contributing to a constituency. Yes?
Yes.
To know, because this is double dipping, you know. Andrew Garrard partner draw in the budget when he spoke about the reduction in duties for new and used vehicles. Yeah? Mm-hmm. So they were preemptive in what they did, because it was to pass on the benefit to this lady. Hello? Hello? But it's not done there, you know. Because let me tell Miss Stuart, if I were you, I rescind the contract with the government and tell them, you can't take on a bus, you go procure on a bus on yourself, because your name and the reputation of your family, which by the way is a family I have the greatest respect for, especially from the father.
Yes.
Yeah. Who was very good in his days in Kingston. Yeah. It was one of the first car dealers as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to. There's no hatred against Miss Stewart, but what is clear to us, 63 CNG buses, right? And we need to ask the question: who is going to fuel those CNG buses?
Well, we only have one CNG plant over Portmore. So all of the CNG bus them have to go.
It's a logistical nightmare you're going to have once again.
And based on what Michael Phillips says, the Portmore plant only have a capacity of 150 buses, and we are.
And you want to roll out 500 buses?
I think we're gone over that capacity in terms of the CNG buses.
Which means then you need to bring the capacity to Rockfort, and you need to bring the capacity to your other terminals.
Spanish Town.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Spanish Town, Rockfort, and Portmore. But when the mayor of St. Ann had wanted a vehicle thing to charge him, electric Porsche,
yeah,
him could have get approval from Desmond and the the CEO of the parish council to do it though. Yeah? Let me tell you, brother, as I go, right? Because I am not going to waste my time. You see how the polls showing very good.
Yes.
But as I say to people, polls are a snapshot in time.
Yes.
The real election is on the ground.
Yes.
Every victory is run on the ground. Yeah?
Yes.
So even though we're looking very good in the poll, and if we were to follow this poll
my prediction would be in what I've been predicting between 38 to 42 seats. Yeah. So don't be distracted by the GLP. They are desperate. And Desmond Mackenzie, when you learn the alphabet, yeah, when you learn the alphabet, because
Jamaica.
nobody who's
It's
Jamaica and
Jamaica.
the KSAC, yeah. So when you learn the alphabet, you can come talk to us because I've been advocating and I'm dead serious. I am going to ask one of my councils in Southwest St. Andrew to move the resolution to have the Maypen Cemetery name in honor of Desmond Mackenzie.
Tell her.
It should be named in honor of him. He has done so much for that cemetery. Yeah? It should be named in honor of him.
Why so? Why so?
One, it is befitting because he was the mayor who advocated for us to maintain Maypen Cemetery and upkeep it. Two, it is in his constituency. Yeah? It is in his constituency. Now, if you don't want to name it the Desmond Mackenzie Cemetery, you could name it the Edward Seaga Cemetery. But I guess nobody wants it to be named Edward Seaga because they have named so much things after him. So give Desmond a chance. And it is not a bad thing for a cemetery to be named in honor. It's an honor.
No, sir.
It's an honor.
I don't want nobody name no cemetery after me. No. Tell her. No cemetery.
So let me tell him, Desmond, if you don't want, we create history. Because all if you refuse for your name go up there, you can't tell what we put up there. And we are around the country. Yeah? So then, brother, the best thing you do, boy, you not surrender Jamaica. But Coupon Desmond, he can't spell surrender. Eh? Boy, him not surrender. Boy, him not surrender Jamaica. Like that died and leave a title for him.
But
hey, I want to get a joke, but I know as I go, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah? I am hearing that when that meeting was finished on Sunday night in Hanover, yeah, man were busy calling their party hierarchy. We need help. That's all them about for. We need help. Help.
In Hanover?
In Hanover Western. Yeah?
But they don't have no chance at Hanover. Where them a call
it's a done deal.
Where them a call
The only thing I want to say up to the people is come out and vote, because what we have to be careful with is, remember, typically local government elections don't draw out a certain amount.
Yeah.
So don't be comfortable in saying we won the division in the local election, so then we win. No. If 1,000 vote the local election, make 2,000 vote the general. Yeah, yes. Come out, comrades. You have to come out.
Yes.
That's the only way we're going to win.
Yes.
My brother, all the best.
Bless up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Respect. Show man the people in one area. Where you the show man? Yeah, from we hear to the police then they down there, we don't hear nothing from a shower man. We don't hear shower man from where they for true. Well, let me tell you something now. It better when I talk about my candidate not as neat and whatever as Anjo. My candidate have integrity. My candidate hands are clean and his heart is pure. So, I see a man ask if people was in my position, if they don't still trust Mark Golden. I trust Mark Golden 100%. Yeah? So, me no know. But thanks for the promotion. Thanks for promoting me. Yeah. No, Washington, big up yourself. Me no know, me not sure Washington. I don't sure. But tomorrow evening, the intention is to have Dr. Burgess. And we're going to be talking about housing in Jamaica. We're going to be talking about the water crisis because the NWA put out the water report without certain things on it. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Good evening, Mr. Bell.
Welcome.
I just heard you ask a question which is quite laughable. Somebody is asking if you were whatever position, that if you trust Mark Golding, why would anybody not trust Mark Golding?
No, if people was in my position.
Yes. But I'm saying, why would anybody not trust Mr. Mark Golding?
Me no know, it look like in statutory filing not certified.
He's not a thief.
His statutory filing has been certified every year.
Absolutely. He's not a thief.
Go ahead.
He has a decent relationship with his wife. He's a family man. He's a family man. There's no estranged relationship. He doesn't have a side chick. His statutory is declared and certified, as you said. He's not making promises that he cannot fulfill. He's not. When I hear people talking about popularity, if Andrew is popular than Mark, it ought to be. He's in politics for 9 years. Mark is just an opposition leader.
Well, no, man, Andrew in politics for 20 odd years, baby girl.
Excellent. But 20, I'm talking about
he has been an MP for 20 odd years. Right. Yeah.
Well, you're right. You're right. But I don't know what this popularity thing is all about.
But
popularity
hear this.
Win contest.
Hear this. Hear this. They also said that his favorability rating is high, but the negativity against Andrew is way higher than Mark. So if you add up everything, Mark is doing better than him. Because only more Jamaicans said them not rate him than who said they not rate Mark. Because there's the favorability rating and there's the unfavorability ratings as well. So Andrew unfavorability rating is about 30%, while Mark is 20 low.
And one other thing I need to say, Mr. Bell, Mark is not walking and throwing himself around, you know. What happened to Andrew on the campaign, where a young lady was calling him Big Body. Big Body Andrew.
Me never hear
Mark,
that.
nobody can address Mark like that.
Me never hear that. Where you get that?
Yes.
The show, man, yeah.
On the campaign, I heard it. Big Body Andrew.
Tap it. Me never hear that yet. Hold on there.
You serious?
Hold on there. Show, man. Turn off the TV, show, man. Turn off the TV.
You serious?
Show, man. Walk one.
Colin!
Turn off the TV.
You hear me, Colin?
Yeah, man, I hear you.
Why you over here, you know, brother? Come over, you know.
War over where?
Come over here, Colin.
War the way.
Come by our side, Colin. You don't see everybody have come.
Who?
Colin.
Who have come? Craig Watts?
Craig Watts have come.
Lawrence Rowe?
St. John's man have come. Westmoreland come. Who are you, Colin? Come over.
No. Colin solid like rock.
No, Colin, come, Colin. Be like Craig Watts. Come,
Colin.
No,
we no follow. We are leader. my leader statutory filing has to be certified and a summary made public. If my leader statutory filing cannot be certified, he can't lead me.
On the integrity commission, man, that's why I watch over my leader. That's how them know.
No truth to that. Your leader have issues. Your leader coming up politics as a pauper and turn billionaire. Hey, tell her.
Colin.
Oi.
The man then take it from Craig Watts, you know. Then take it from the whole of them. Then take it from you, you know.
Yeah.
Come over now, you know.
No, but I know some mistake. Me's a team player. If the coach say, yo, Shaka, you're not the best player for you up there right now. I could put a different player. Me agree.
Shaka, he's the one fight against you, you know, Shaka.
Yeah.
Come over.
Yeah, man, but the Bible tells us you dare not trust your own. Me all right when me there.
All right, Uncle Shaka.
One PNP, me say we are blood and fire, comrade. Marching on to progress.
One show I will say.
Power to the world. Power.
To the world.
All right, show, man.
All right, my boss.
Yeah, man. Show, man, and listen, man. Yes, caller. Sorry about that.
Yes, Mr. Bell, I'm wrapping up.
Yes, go ahead.
Again, I just want to say Mark Golding is not the girls in bubblegum. Mark would never go on stage and talk those nonsense. Andrew, I'm sorry. I'm going to say something. It's not your view, it's mine. He's a nasty, conniving, pickpocket boy from Spanish Town.
Tell her,
And he
no,
needs
no,
to
no,
go.
no, no,
We
no.
are
Later.
not voting for him.
Later.
We are not voting for him.
You can't say you now vote for him, but you can't call him that. You can't. Don't call me Prime Minister that. Mm-mm. My Prime Minister is white collar. White collar. Don't deal with them kind of thing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't ever do that to my Prime Minister. Because in spite of what is my Prime Minister, Andrew Michael Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica. And see, Iran and Israel, them a war. If Jamaica go a war now, me I go take up arms for my country, no matter who are the Prime Minister. And that's why I reserve the right to be able to criticize the leadership when they are not doing well. And this leader of Jamaica is not doing well. His integrity is not intact. And for you to be the Prime Minister, you should be above board. Let me thank everybody this evening. Tomorrow evening, we're going to have a guest. We're going to be talking about housing tomorrow evening. Yeah, man. Bring some of the issues to the forefront. Join us at 4 p.m. right here on Portland Spice TV. Remember, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, we are on our way to 5,000. We're not reaching 5,000 yet, you know. Send the channel to some people and we could get 5,000 subscribers this evening. So when we come on tomorrow, we can say, yes, congratulations, we are at 5,000 subscribers. Bring more people to the family so that they can get the information that we disseminate. We talk about just the truth, nothing but the truth, so help us God. May the good Lord continue to bless and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace. Until we meet again tomorrow evening, same time, same place. Remember, Portland Spice TV, we want to be what you want to see. One love.